in Isiolo, he also confirms that there was no business transacted in the house on that day because of the circumstances to which he affidavit. The question raised by Senator Mungatana on whether there has been an attempt to appeal that decision and whether the decision still holds. Now, this is also another very simple and straightforward question because an appeal is a particular act. And I expect the senior counsel, Mr. Nyamodi, to respond more directly to this question. I had him to answer what is the effect of this decision. Senator Mungatana, the simple and straightforward answer to this question is that not even a notice of appeal, forget about the appeal itself, has been lodged in respect of this decision. Not even a notice of appeal. So, not only has the county assembly not appealed this decision, they have not even shown an intention to appeal, which is normally signaled by a notice of appeal. To the question raised by Senator Cherargei, my answer is as follows. This was not a conservatory order. This house has historically had issues with conservatory orders granted ex parte. The order we have here is an order granted after hearing both parties. In fact, when you look at the record of the ruling of the court narrates the order of events, the assembly lawyers were even given time to go to their clients and take instructions and come back and address themselves. So this was an order made after hearing both parties to the dispute, and this is what distinguishes this from the other conservatory orders that this house has had occasion to deal with in the past. Senator Wambua asks us another straightforward question. Is the motion we are dealing with in this house the same motion that the court dealt with in Meru? Senator Wambua, the simple and straightforward answer is this: yes, it is the same motion that the court declared null and void and of no effect. Senator Sigei asks an important question about validity of this motion. Senator Sigei, our answer is as follows. The deficiency of this motion is on multiple grounds, broadly two. One, there is an order of court declaring it null and void. And when it's declared null and void, it is not a valid motion. Number two, it is a piece of paper, as I told you earlier. It is a piece of paper because even for this house, this distinguished Senate, for a motion to be said to be a motion, it must go through the procedures known to the Constitution and the standing orders, be voted upon, and be a resultant motion. It cannot be proper, even for this house, for the Speaker and a few members to sit somewhere outside this house, craft material that look like Hansard, and say this is a motion. So it becomes invalid. And the video that has just been played and the submission of counsel prior to playing that video confirms this more than ever before. Counsel says that the Hansard was completely vandalized and therefore they could not produce a Hansard, which begs the question, the material they have presented before you purporting to be Hansards, where did they get them from? That is not a legitimate origin of a valid motion of a house. Senator Kavindu, you raised an important question. Is it right for the Senate to go against an order of court? Court orders generally involve two disputants, whether it is in a public interest matter like this, a matrimonial case, whatever case it involves two disputants. It is never right for any person to disregard a court order with abandon. We are all consumers of legal judicial services one way or another. And on that day when we get a court order in our favor, we desire a country where that order means something. And therefore, that will be my answer to your question. To Senator Karen Nyamu, whether all the procedural steps were met, no. Procedural steps were not met. The motion was not tabled. The motion was not debated. The question, there was no sitting of an assembly. And therefore, there could have been no resultant motion underpinning this, whatever has been brought before you. Allow me, in the interest of time, to then invite my learned colleague, Mr. Eric Teuri, to continue with the responses to the various questions.